That's one way to do it. Hey guys, how's everyone doing out there? Just decided to come into the woods on this beautiful fall afternoon and do a car camp, simple cookout. Just want to, got a couple new pieces of gear I want to try out. One of them is a new hot tent from one Tigris. Probably won't get to using the whole thing, but I got a cook set from Reliance Outfitters, Dave Canterbury and their company that they sell all kinds of products from. So I'm curious to try both of these out. It's not going to get real cold tonight, maybe 38, 40 degrees, but good enough to at least warm the tent up with my stove, and gonna make a good dinner of just steak and eggs, big old fat ribeye. Just gonna chill. So I'm gonna get this tent set up and get my gear in there, my sleep system set up, the stove, all of that, and get to making a fire and just start cooking. Talk to you soon. All right, so I set this up once just to get the hang of it. But I haven't actually used it, so we'll see how this goes. So one thing I'm already not a big fan of with this tent is, maybe it's just because I'm used to on my other dome tent, having clips. I'm not a big fan of sleeves on tents that the poles go through, to be honest. Just not a fan of them. They tend to get caught up more often than you want. Just a lot of dicking around. Not sure why it's sleeves like this, but I guess maybe I'll get used to it. Okay, one down. I'm not gonna bore you with all of them. I'll get this set up and we'll work from there. So yeah, now we can see these sleeves. For whatever reason, this one doesn't connect, but it's full sleeves all the way down to here. Got a little foot that this pole goes into, tab to stake it down. Got some guy lines. I don't know if I'm going to bother with that tonight. I don't think it really matters. I'm going to just keep those. But then, what's weird, like I mentioned, the clips that I'm used to. What's strange is on this one pole, on this one side, the back side, it has one clip right here. So I don't understand why they didn't just do the whole thing all the way up like that, make it a lot easier. But nonetheless, I digress. So that's the tent set up. Here's the port for the stovepipe, so we'll get that run through there. So yeah, I got this whole front area open on the ground for the stove. Nice little nest in there, already covered, so you're not on the dirty ground. You can put your sleeping pad, sleeping bag, everything in there. That's one way to do it. Yeah. Pain in the arse. Pain in the arse is what it is. All right, so here's the setup. I think that'll be enough wood. I mean, I'm just gonna kind of get a fire going to fall asleep to. I have a nice wool blanket. I have a sleeping bag it's like a 30-degree bag, I think, on top of the accordion pad just for a little extra cushion, but if I need it, I can crawl into that. And so I'm not too worried about being too cold. I just kind of like having the fire, and throughout the night I can wake up and add to it. So yeah, this definitely would not get me through a cold winter night, that's for sure. But it's kind of a mild, like I said, mild fall evening, 38, 40 degrees for a low. So not worried much at all. But everything's set. All I have to do is start the fire and climb in and go to bed. So I'm happy this is all done. Looking at my belly. There we go. That's ready to roll. Okay. So the next item I want to take a peek at here is Reliance Outfitters Overland cook kit. Have not used it yet. I'm not going to use a whole bunch of it tonight. Here we have the French press, which I will definitely be using this in the morning for my coffee. It's really a nice set. Stainless steel. Got a bush pot. Got handles and a pot hanger. Comes with a lid too in here somewhere. Has these two, you use them as mixing bowls, oatmeal, soup, stew. Pretty cool. Here we have a larger bush pot, same setup as the smaller one, just larger. It's got the handles on the back, pot hanger here, and it nests together real well. And a couple, I would imagine they're plates of some kind. Cold weather, I don't know how much I'll be using any of these to actually eat off of. We'll see, because they're gonna hold the temp of the outdoors. I like to bring a plastic plate or whatever to use when it's cold out. And we've got the lid for the large bush pot. Got the lid here for the smaller bush pot. And then here, this is pretty nice. We have two frying pans. We have a non-stick skillet with a lid. You need it. Very nice. Like I said, Pathfinder school. We'll set that there. And then here we have a stainless steel frying pan also. It comes with its own lid. A little bit larger, but obviously it's got the locks here on the handles to keep them from jimmying around. But yeah, so this is a pretty nice set. The only thing that I didn't get, and I'm very, very, very happy with their customer service when I received the kit. Oh, hold that thought. Comes with a really nice wax canvas bag, real heavy duty. You just got to kind of break it in a little bit to, you know, make it more pliable, let things fit in there easier. But the one thing it didn't come with was it's supposed to have a small grill and a small baking sheet, where I've seen Dave do it, Canterbury, where you can set them in, you know, this like that or whatever over the fire and use it as an oven. Put the baking sheet or the small grill or whatever on there. You can bake bread, just put it on the side. Kind of a neat thing to try out. But as I was saying, I was very, very pleased with their customer service. I sent an email telling them how awesome the kit looks and can't wait to use it. And said, but it didn't come with those two items, the baking sheet and the grill. Great. And they responded, and it was a Saturday, I think, when I sent it. They responded yesterday, right on point. They're shipping them out, and no questions asked. They're very nice about it. So if you're into camping, and this is a great great car camping Overland cook set. That's what it's called. So this isn't something you're going to want to probably throw in your backpack. I have, you know, a couple smaller kits for that, and a titanium one, and then a small stainless one that's not real heavy. So that's pretty much that. So like I said, I'm not going to use too much of it. I am making some eggs, so I'm going to use the frying pan tonight, and I'm going to use the French press in the morning, and I'll use this mixing bowl because I'm going to just do scrambled eggs. So I'll keep this out, and everything else I'm going to just kind of put away. So that's the partial review on how cool it looks, and I'm assuming, judging by the strength of it, the way everything's put together, how everything moves, everything fits together. And I've worked in kitchens for many, many years, up until a few years back ago. I've used a lot of equipment, and I can tell this is very well made, so definitely worth it. I'm going to light this with, just use this triaxane tablet. I don't have a whole lot of kindling. I didn't spend time really splitting a bunch of small stuff, so I need this to keep on burning so I can really get this fire going. So just need to take a lighter to it. And there she goes. And just start throwing some sticks on there. That stuff's a little wet. So, change of plans. I'm not going to be cooking that steak tonight. It's just way too thick, way too big. I'm afraid I don't have enough firewood to get a good coal base. Not to mention the grill grate on the fire ring is just horrendous. Even with my little grill grate I would put on top of it, it's just not going to work. Okay, so we're going to figure out what I'm going to eat tonight. In the pantry here, got all the Mountain House, got some snacks, coffee for the morning, all kinds of stuff. There we go, some dried fruit. I could use a munchie right now. But let's see what we got here. Beef stroganoff with noodles, sold. I'm going to call that good. I don't want it too soupy. Have to do arithmetic in the woods. Full blast. Little frying pan on this. This is my little titanium cook kit. I didn't feel like digging through that whole mess kit just to boil water. So we're going to go this route and get her done. It says it can be done in 9 minutes. I'm not buying it. remembered to pull out the whatever the hell that's called. I can't think of it right now. Alright, I'll be back. We are boiling. Turn that off. Release that. Give it a nice area to pour. So easy, it's a sin. Alright, well, it seems a little soupy now, but we'll see what happens. When I open it up the next time, I'm definitely gonna add a little salt and pepper to it. Mountain House. Okay, so the timer went off on my phone. I'm gonna give this a stir. Actually, before I stir it, I'm gonna throw just a little pinch of some salt and pepper, because sometimes these are a little bland. Oh, getting a little stuffed up. Give that a good stir. Okay, yeah, it's coming together a little bit. A little bit of a sauce happening. A little bit of a sauce. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'll let this sit a little extra longer than what it says. It said like 4 more minutes. I think I'm going to let it sit for 8 minutes. There we go. All right. Time to dig in. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't add any more water than what I actually put in there, because it's pretty good now. It's hot. Bad. I gotta say, it's not bad. The texture of the meat's a little to be desired, but I think that's pretty much any brand. The meat's never gonna be like real meat. But the sauce has a good flavor. I mean, I'm extremely hungry right now, but so far this is a winner in my book. All right, well, I'm gonna polish this whole thing off. I know it. And hang out by the fire. If I have anything of any meaning at all worth saying, maybe we'll have a fireside chat. If not, I'll check in with you when I'm lighting my stove and getting ready for bed. Talk to you later. There's my phone. Sayonara. So now it's time to get this fire going. Thermometer says that it's 45 outside, so it's really not that cold. But I'm going to get a little fire going anyway. A little bit of fat wood. Got some fat wood shavings here. I'm just going to use a lighter. I'm going to take one of these small pieces of fat wood, light it up. Nothing like a little fat wood. Yep, gotta go easy on her. Patience. Get her pulling. There we go. 54.5 with the front flap open, so it's gone up 10 degrees just with a little bit of fire. So anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you all in the morning. Coffee. Sayonara. Night night. Well, good morning out there. Man, I slept a little later than I was planning. It's already 9:30. Been up for about a half hour just straightening camp up, getting rid of some things. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know if my camera's going south or what's going on. Anyway, new battery. Where was I? Okay. Well, this is what I got left in here, the Nalgene, so I'm gonna pour it into my cup and make sure it makes enough for a good cup. And get this thing boiling. Okay, I'm gonna need a little more water than this. Be right back. There we go. I always got to put a little extra in when you're using a French press, because some of it stays in the grounds, so you end up with that full cup of coffee. But let's get this rolling. All right, we're gonna try the Pathfinder press today. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll just now this coffee here. I've not been able to find anything online with this company. I was at a TJ Maxx one time, I don't know, a few months ago, just picking some stuff up. I had a wedding to go to, so I was looking for pants, clothes, whatever. Good place to start. And standing in line behind a bunch of people, and they always put all the just knickknacks, candles, cards, candy, you know, this, that, and the other thing while you're waiting in line. And I saw this sitting there, and I'm like, I'm gonna give that a try. It's Italiano Coffee Company. I've looked it up, can't find it. A website for it, looked on Amazon. And it also says roasted and packed in the USA, distributed by Esweron Brothers. There is a phone number here that I could call, I guess, but it's weird, no online presence. But it's the best coffee I've ever had, pre-ground. It's not an espresso. It's ground. It's not as fine of a ground as an espresso would be, but I'm putting a good amount in here for my cup of coffee. Yeah, we'll put one more. I want a nice strong cup. Okay. We'll call that good. All right, now it's wait. This thing doesn't take long to boil, which is good. So I'm gonna get my cream and sugar. So yeah, this pouch, I've been using this for years. It's nice because it's real light, doesn't take up much space. I'd throw it in my backpack if I feel like I'm doing a backpack overnight, or so I just keep everything in the same thing and keep it in with the car camp and stuff. No point in having two different. I mean, I could have it organized better, spices and stuff organized better in a container for this type of camping, but I wouldn't go through the stuff as fast, and some of it would end up getting all mucked up and not real good probably. So this way it gets used and rotated. Wow, almost boiling already. Hear it? Oh yeah. Cup of coffee. Well, I guess in the meantime, while that's finishing, I can put my cream and sugar in here. Powdered creamer. Uno, dos, and then a little more because I like it. I like a little sugar. powdered creamer, Coffee Mate, nothing but the best. With a couple good ones of that. I'll add more if I need it. And oh yeah, she's boiling already. We'll turn that off. Put this up here. Pour our water in there. Give this a good stir. Oh, it's almost like hot cocoa. I'm going to close these up over here, get this out of the way. And then I'm just going to put this over the top, keep it hot while it's sitting, and we're almost ready. All right, let's give this a pour or press. I mean, that's where the spout is. Okay, it's nice and smooth. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect on the water. All right. Look at that. That's a dark, rich cup of coffee for sure. Stir this up. No complaints about the Pathfinder press. No complaints about the coffee either. It's a beautiful morning out here. Little brisk, I'd say. I haven't looked at the temp, but it's got to be close to 50 right now. 48 degrees, 50 degrees. A high breeze. I mean, there's a high wind up top, but just a light breeze down here. Lots of leaves and pine needles falling. But yeah, I've decided I'm not going to take the time and cook breakfast. I'm just not hungry. Wasn't a video of cooking anything, but that's okay. Just starting to kind of get back out into it again. I did a couple camping trips, one this summer and one just a few weeks ago. A multi-night one, but just haven't felt like dealing with the camera and hadn't been out in the woods since, well, last time before June or July was last October of 24, so I hadn't been outside doing anything. Had a rough year. A lot of stuff happened. My mom passed, and Sorry. Anyway, had a lot of stuff to take care of, and the times I did go out in the woods, it was meant for enjoying the woods without having to move the camera around and stop and start and do things twice and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break down like that. Didn't expect that. But anyway, I'm gonna finish this wonderful cup of coffee. Thanks for watching, if you've made it this far. Most people don't, but if you're one of those few, I do appreciate it. And I'm gonna just drink this, get the rest of this stuff cleaned up, put away, throw it in my Jeep, and get out of here. I may turn the camera on if I think of something I want to catch on film before I go. As the brain wakes up, we'll see how that goes. I never have this stuff scripted, so I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth or what I'm going to take video of. But anyway, thanks for watching my channel, Jabo Outdoors. I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy. Leaving the campsite, heading to work. And it just, I guess, film this on the way out here. It's kind of a pretty campground, especially this time of the year with all the pine needles falling, leaves changing colors, blowing around. I mean, there aren't that many. It's a very thick pine forest, handful of maples, but they're kind of covered. They haven't really changed a whole lot of color yet, but there's some nice yellows and oranges I've seen. Pine needles as far as the eye can see, all over my car. Camouflage. I know I've stayed in that campsite. That's a cool one. About out of here.